Welcome into Half the Distance Live, your favorite barroom commentary show. I am Scotty Stats here with Brian the Professor. We got the full producer crew sitting around looking at us doing nothing. We got Dick Woodcock and the Up Greg.
I always forget about Dick Woodcock.
The great skunk hunter, Dick Woodcock. We are here giving barroom style commentary. We got our beers, we got our cigars, we got our whiskey, and we got to talk about most of the games this week and make picks way too early for next week. So let's get into the games this past week. Kicking it off with the Pats and the Steelers, a game that we thought was going to be absolute trash. It turned out to be warm trash.
Warm trash.
Let's call it warm trash. Bailey Zappi. Looking nice. Looking nice. Looking nice. The Pats come in with a 21-18 win over the Steelers, which was unexpected in my opinion. Bailey Zappi, 19 for 28 with 240 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Zeke, I think, was the man of the game. He had 22 carries, 68 yards on the ground. In the air, 7 catches, 72 yards, and a touchdown. Only to be outpaced in the air by Juju Smith-Schuster with 4 catches and 90 yards. Also, Hunter Henry, 3 catches, 40 yards, 2 touchdowns.
It's weird, week 15, right? 14, 15,
yeah,
14,
yeah.
something like that. Pats were going for their 3rd win of this season.
If I'm a Pats fan, I'm mad because I might fuck up the tanking in our draft.
Right. But you know what? Hey, look, you leaned on Zeke. You leaned on a good up-and-coming tight end.
Yeah.
You got to respect that. On the Pittsburgh side, I'm not so sure that Trubisky is a downgrade over what was already happened with Pickett. But Trubisky, 190 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He did also carry the ball 8 times for 30 yards and a touchdown. Running was not a strong suit. Najee Harris, 12 carries for 29 yards. The math is ugly. Don't do it. Deontay Johnson in the air, 3 catches for 53 yards and a touchdown. There were 7 other receivers with over 10 yards on Pittsburgh. So they spread the ball, but to minimal effort.
Yep.
But really, when you see 21-18, the story really happened in the first half. Bailey Zappi's 240 yards, 200 of those came in the first half.
Yep.
You know, they were up 21-10. It really was their game to control and take advantage of. So good on the Pats for beating the Steelers defense, and that's really it.
That's a weird thing. It is the first time the Pats scored on their first possession all season.
Oh.
First time. Yeah.
Oh.
So Bailey Zappi set the mood and finished strong. Yeah.
You know what? Tell you what, we spoke highly of him when he took over last year. We really like what he was doing.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think, he was rookie last year, I believe. So just getting some of these reps, it looks nice. I wish he could afford to bring his parents to the game. He commented on he can't afford it. Rookie contract. That's a rough one. Tampa Bay and the Falcons. Turned out to be a much better game than expected. Tampa Bay 29 took on the Falcons 25. Baker Mayfield, he was 14 for 29 and 144 yards. Not the best, but it got the job done. 2 touchdowns, and he had a rushing touchdown. I like his energy in Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah.
Rashad White was an absolute stud. 25 carries, 102 yards. Followed up by Chase Edmonds, 8 carries and 40 yards. Godwin in the air, 5 catches, 53 yards. And White got a 33 yards and a touchdown. But really, the story of this win was Cade Otton. He only got 2 catches and 16 yards. But what mattered was his 11-yard catch with 31 seconds left. That's what locked the game up for him. You gotta give him credit on that one. Ritter, these stats are exactly what you expect.
He had a good game.
26 for 40 is not awesome. 347 yards in the air.
That's pretty
1
good.
touchdown, 1 interception, 1 rushing touchdown. Tyler Algier, he was 9 rushes for 40 yards. Boo. Bijan Robinson, give him the ball more.
He had, 50
yards? 10 carries for 34 yards and a touchdown.
34, shit.
Drake London was the leading receiver which was, these are some money yards right here. He was 10 catches for 172 yards. And Kyle Pitts had 3 catches for 57 yards and a touchdown. Bijan Robinson got another 54 yards over. Wait a minute. Did I just skip over something important? Kyle Pitts, their highest ranked, or highest draft tight end. And he got a touchdown? They actually passed the ball to him? Want to make sure want to make sure I'm properly shocked enough when I read.
Even the thing we've been yelling about all year long for them.
I want to make sure I'm reading that correctly. Kyle Pitts need the comically large glasses for bullshit like that. Super talented tight end. Get him the ball. Let's go, people.
Yep.
Colts Bengals. Are you fucking kidding me, Colts? It's like, I shouldn't say that. The Bengals reminded us that they are filled with a championship squad.
Yeah.
They don't always put it together. They've had some struggles, but the squad was there, and they pulled together as the Bengals pulled out a 34-14 win over the Colts. I felt like the Colts were better than this, but honestly, the way that the Bengals pulled together was pretty impressive. Jake Browning.
Yeah.
275 yards. He had 2 touchdowns and an interception, and he got a rushing touchdown. Joe Mixon. 21 carries, 79 yards, touchdown. Chase Brown came in with 25 rushing yards, but also 3 catches for 80 yards and a touchdown. And also on the receiver end, T. Higgins, 72 yards. Mixon, 46. Chase, 29. Boyd, 23. Tanner Hudson?
Who?
Tanner Hudson?
Who?
Anyone?
No.
2 catches for 21 yards and a touchdown. He's a tight end. Tight end.
Oh, another tight end.
I'm gonna talk about tight ends all day today. Let me tell you what.
Well, that's another matchup of like backups and backups. Like
Right?
so many backup QBs starting this week.
Right.
You know.
Use your tight ends. Use your running backs. Yeah.
Especially backup QBs, you need that quick
Right.
dump out.
Right.
You know,
Yep.
reads 1, 2, 3, fucking nothing. Oh, tight
Yep.
end.
There we go.
Get used to doing it. You know?
Colts, man, it was ugly. Obviously, Jonathan Taylor has been a struggle of a season, anyways, and obviously not being there. But Zach Moss has been an absolute stud. Not today. Minshew, 240 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Zach Moss ran for 28 yards. You heard that correct. Pittman, 8 catches, 95 yards in the air. Will Mallory, 5 and 46 yards. Mo Alley Cox got a touchdown with 1 catch and 2 yards. So those are stats, baby. You got to love it.
Yeah.
But also,
yeah.
on defense for the Colts, you got to love it. Ronnie Harrison Jr. did get himself a 36-yard pick six. So much respect on the defensive end, but still not enough. Bengals were looking fucking strong today. Jacksonville and the Browns. This was looking like a runaway for the Browns out of the gate. Jacksonville came back to make it a close game, but still Browns pulled it out 31-27. Starting with the losing team, Trevor Lawrence, kind of ugly, 28 for 50 today.
Yep, not a good game.
251 yards. So I don't want to exclude a single thing from him because he needs it because while he had 3 touchdowns, he also had 3 interceptions.
Very un-Lawrence-like.
Yeah,
he's been trending very positively so far.
I know it. But that being said, the Browns defense, all respect there.
Yeah.
A lot of it is you got to beat their defense, and you don't expect offense like this. So,
when you pick up a quarterback off the street.
We'll get there in a second. But Travis Etienne, a lowly 14 carries and 35 yards and a touchdown. Evan Ingram, sorry, is he a tight end? Just checking. He's a tight end. 11 catches, 95 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Did he really?
He sure did. Calvin Ridley was 4 for 53 yards. And Parker Washington, getting stats, baby. 2 catches, 27 yards, and a touchdown. On to the Browns. 38-year-old Joe Flacco.
Yes.
Former Super Bowl MVP, Joe Flacco.
It's almost like the Browns squad is set up, their offense is set up to succeed with a system quarterback.
Yeah.
Even though you paid a certain quarterback a shit ton of guaranteed money,
Yep.
somehow you can succeed with a 38-year-old, I don't want to call him a system quarterback, but kind of is.
As long as the system works.
Also, just real quick, how fucking wild would it be if Flacco at the helm on the Browns beat Harbaugh and the Ravens in the playoffs?
I'd fucking
That would
love
be
it. I would love it.
insane.
Yeah.
Ready for this? This is what it's looking like. Because Joe Flacco came in today, at 38 years old, dropped 311 yards, 3 touchdowns, did throw an interception. Ford, he had a nice game today, 12 carries, 51 yards. Hunt, 10 carries, 27 yards, and a touchdown. I feel like I missed some of Ford's stats on receiving end, but maybe I overlooked. I don't know, whatever. I thought he had a better game,
like
but
another 30 or something.
yeah. David Njoku, 6 catches,
Great game for
91
Njoku,
yards,
though.
2 touchdowns, another tight end.
Yeah, yep.
There we go. Amari Cooper, 77 yards, and then David Bell, 1 catch, 41 yards, and a touchdown. I'll tell you what, some of these wide receiver fours today getting like 1 and 2 touches and a
love it.
touchdown.
It's
Man,
all these backup
right?
QBs, like they don't have their favorite targets. You
Right?
fucking have no
Right?
idea where it's going.
They're hitting tight ends. They're hitting wide
That's the
receiver
way the game should
fours.
be played
It's nice. Jumping to the Texans and the Jets. It
Ooh.
was an
Ooh.
absolute blowout, 30-6. And if you are not aware, it is not the direction you thought.
No.
The Jets scored 30 fucking points today, people. Ooh,
Jets.
the Jets.
with newly once again starting quarterback.
But on the Texans, it was an ugly day today. Injuries all over the place. Stroud, he got 91 yards before he was taken out with a concussion.
Yeah.
Singletary ran for 65 yards and a touchdown.
They lost Nico Collins right away.
Nico
their
Collins
best
was injured.
receiver,
right.
just, I mean, everything that could go wrong.
Right,
for the
Tank
Texans
Dell
went
is already
wrong.
out
Tank
for the
Dell was out
season.
last
Yeah,
week,
it was absolutely miserable. So nothing going for the Texans. And I don't want to take the shine off the Texans because they got a lot of good things going on. But at the same time, as good as they've looked in a lot of ways, they're a young team. They've got an insane amount of cap space. I hope they don't let this hurt too bad because the talent is there and they've got the ability to grow with it. This one is a tough
As
one.
long as they don't fucking fire their coach again.
You just true. It's just losing to the Jets seems like a real bad one to also deal with a lot of
But the
injuries.
Jets are a better team than they appear to be.
And well, it all depends on one man for the Jets, and it seems to be Zach Wilson, who dropped 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. Brees Hall, 10 carries for 40 yards. Xavier Gibson, 1 carry for 9 yards and a touchdown. Great. Garrett Wilson, 9 catches for 108 yards. Brees Hall, 8 catches for 86 yards and a touchdown. Randall Cobb, baby. Randall Cobb.
Back from the
1
dead?
catch,
Old
15
man.
yards and a
Old man.
touchdown.
Not back from the dead. Never mind. All right.
They got something at least.
All right. A game that was way better than it should have been. Rams and Ravens.
That was such a good game.
All right.
Oh, such a good game.
So this should have been an absolute blowout. But the reality is the Rams have really, really good pieces. And when they come together, they're able to put up 31 points in overtime, where the Ravens still won, 37-31, but 31 points against the Ravens,
Yeah.
which is seriously impressive. But I gotta say, if you're the Ravens, you won the game, you won in overtime. You're going back and going, what could we have done differently? Nothing, because you know what? There's no tape on the Rams. You know what these guys can do in general, but it's such an up and down, back and forth for what they're able to do in general. Who's healthy, who's not healthy, right?
Except for Puka Nacua. That rookie
Sure,
motherfucker, holy shit.
right?
Man.
Right. But even still, like, how do you really read tape on a team that's been so all over the board? And guess what? When they played together, 31 points on the Ravens. I really think that was the most impressive thing they could have done. But
my
actually,
favorite thing
but here's the crazy part: was what actually won the game for the Ravens in overtime was Tyler Wallace with a 76-yard punt return.
Yep.
Holy shit! That's the kind of football game that no one expected to watch.
Nope.
Who was watching that except for LA and Baltimore fans? Pretty much no one, I'm sure.
No, it was I watched the whole game. It was great. And like you could even see like the coaching from both sides cuz like the fucking Rams came out known for passing. Their first possession, they rushed the ball the first 9 fucking times. They ran it 9 times in a row. Got all the way fucking down to like the 9, and then threw 3 incomplete passes, had to kick a field goal. Like, what the fuck? And then the fucking Ravens did the opposite of what they used to do. They're fucking rush, Lamar Jackson just throwing fucking everything the first 3 possessions. And you could, at one point, I swear you could see the coaches from both sidelines going like, "You motherfucker, you did what I was going to do." And they both did like the Spider-Man thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
I was like, holy
Yeah.
shit, you know?
So Lamar Jackson, 316 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. He also carried the ball 11 times for 70 yards because he's that guy.
It's fucking Lamar.
Yeah. And the follow-up rusher, not Gus Edwards. Gus Edwards was nowhere to be found today. It was Keaton Mitchell, 9 carries, 54 yards. Much respect. On the receiving side, Odell Beckham Jr. continues to have a nice
He had a couple
season.
of really good catches, too.
He's having like a renaissance.
Ready for this?
Yeah.
His 97 yards were off 4 catches, and including a touchdown. Zay Flowers was the 3rd receiver on purpose.
He had some
I'm jumping
beautiful
down.
catches,
6
too.
catches, 60 yards, 1 touchdown. Isaiah Likely. Is he Mark Andrews? No.
But
Is he Mark Andrews? Not yet.
does that system work well?
Right?
Yep.
Hell yes. 5 catches, 83 yards, 1 touchdown. Again, another tight end being clutch. You got to love it. On the Rams side, Matt Stafford, 294 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's a clean game right there. Kyron Williams, wow, did I write 25 catches for 1,145 yards? Kind of looks like that. I'm going to say 145 yards, but maybe it was 1,000. I don't know.
Might as well have been
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's weird that you didn't get a touchdown with that many, but whatever. Cooper Kupp, 8 catches, 115 yards and a touchdown. Puka Nacua, 5 catches at 84. Davis Allen, 4 catches, 50 yards and a touchdown. Demarcus Robinson, 3 catches, 46 yards and a touchdown. This is the kind of Rams team that, should have been playing better all year.
Yeah.
To play at this level against Baltimore,
To put up
really
those numbers
impressive.
against the Ravens.
Really
Oh,
impressive.
shit, yeah.
I don't know if the Ravens overlooked them. Like I said earlier, if you don't have the tape on them, what are you going to do? I'm not really sure how that works.
And then
but-
also the Rams are a team with nothing to lose. Fuck it. Let's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like 6 and 7 now.
Yeah.
right.
There's still a playoff chance, but
Baltimore's gonna get our
know.
best. Yeah.
it's still fucking Baltimore. Like, one of the best 2 teams right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. In another game that the score seems reversed, Detroit went to Chicago and fucking lost.
no.
Let me
No.
repeat that.
No.
They lost.
Did you check NFL.com?
They lost.
ESPN.com?
They lost. They didn't lose
Bleacher
by.
Report.
They didn't lose by a little. 28-13. The Bears take out Detroit.
Right.
Was
But
there a new Mandela thing yesterday?
That was
and now this is a
pro-
different
yes,
timeline
probably
or something?
Probably
The
the
good
Berenstain
news-
Bears.
The
everyone.
Bears beat Detroit.
The good news is that the entire cast here is not Bears fans, so we don't have to talk about it.
Yeah,
So move on, Scotty.
We're just going to move along. I can't because you know what? We gotta give
Yeah,
credit
we
where
got
credit's
a
due.
deadline.
We got credit where credit's due. Fields had a decent day, 223 yards passing with a passing touchdown. He carried the ball 12 times for 58 yards.
It was their lead rusher.
Lead rusher with a touchdown. Foreman was just behind him with 11 carries, 50 yards. And then DJ Moore also
DJ
decided
Moore?
to carry the ball 3 times for 20 yards and a touchdown. What? Yeah, let's put him in danger and have him run the ball. Why would you?
They
you know?
trade all those draft picks to get him. Fuck
Yeah,
it,
yeah, make him run. Why wouldn't you? So, but hey, you know what? Debo Samuel can be a running wide receiver. Why can't DJ
Yeah.
Moore? So, on the ground, DJ Moore also 6 rushes for 68 yards. Sorry, in the receiving end, 6 catches for 68 yards and a touchdown. Cole Kmet, 5 catches, 68 yards. Got to use your tight ends, baby.
Yep.
Jared Goff, ugly game. 161 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions.
Maybe his worst of the whole season.
It was ugly. Jameer Gibbs, he had 66 yards and a touchdown.
okay, yeah.
Montgomery, 66 yards rushing. And,
Detroit just wasn't clicking today.
now Josh
Yeah.
Reynolds was their lead receiver with 3 catches and 44 yards and a touchdown. Ugly for Detroit. This is the wrong time of the year to kind of be sliding.
Yeah.
It feels like they're sliding a little bit.
Well, and
That-
Detroit's been using their tight end Laporta all season with amazing stats. They fucking didn't use him today.
I think he
Look
might be
what
one of the
happened,
best.
You know?
One of the best stat-based tight ends of the season.
He's
so
up there, yeah.
He's looking really great. I don't know if this is the right or wrong time to slide. I mean, you need all those wins to make sure you're winning that division for sure. Because you don't want to drop down and try to go wild card because wild card's going to be really ugly this year. So, but then again, if Detroit can figure it out and surge, get back to what they were doing.
I mean,
They're a fun
they're
team.
still in a good
They're
spot,
a fun team.
but yeah,
Yep.
you don't want to start slipping to
Yep.
to the Bears, you know.
Not a flip script. Surprise, surprise. Carolina continues their losing ways. They lost 28-6 to the Saints.
You mean the number one overall pick shouldn't have been the number one overall pick?
No, I won't say that. When you go on a team that's putting up absolutely nothing,
Whose coach gets fired halfway through the season?
right? Yeah, I mean, it's hard to put that on a
Look at
on a
number 2
QB.
Stroud though. I don't know. you know?
With weapons galore and consistency in
supposed to be
coaching.
weapons, they're just better.
fair enough.
The best receiver in Carolina is a 34-year-old white guy, though. Like, there's more going on in Houston. Like, come on.
Yeah, fair point.
Yeah. So Bryce Young, a whopping 137 yards. Chuba Hubbard, 23 carries and 87 yards. Miles Sanders, 10 for 74. And leading in the receiving room, Adam Thielen, 5 catches, 74 yards, and a whole lot of nothing going on in Carolina. Derek Carr, look at that. I even said it right, Matt.
Yeah, you did. I feel like you should say the wrong Carr brother.
Just
Matt's out
like,
here.
yeah, right. D. Carr, a whopping 119 yards. That's right. 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Luckily, you've got someone like Kamara, who ran the ball for 56 yards and a touchdown. Jamal Williams put up 43 yards. Receiving, A.T. Perry caught the ball. Olave and Jimmy Graham each had a touchdown.
It was not a good game for the Saints either.
No, in terms of right, but like they were putting up yards. That's in terms of but like A.T. Perry was leading in the receiving room with 44 yards, but Olave and Jimmy Graham both got a touchdown each with fewer yards. Hey, they made it work against Carolina. I didn't watch the game, and I'm better for it. So yay me. Another game that was not worth watching, and I wrote absolutely nothing down on purpose. The Vikings beat the Raiders 3-0. Next.
What was the score with 2.5 minutes left in the entire game? It was 0-0. Oh, fucking garbage.
The Pastronaut
my
has turned into
God.
the Astronaut.
Like,
I don't know what's going
What happened to
on.
Dobbs against the Raiders? What the fuck?
Right.
That would have been a
Jesus.
must-watch football game in 1953, though, with all the excitement. Like, yeah, that's can't miss.
Oh, I literally wrote nothing down
Yeah.
because it wasn't worth talking
Fucking
about.
nothing
Oh
happened.
my god.
God.
Ugly. Seahawks 49ers. A better game than expected, considering it was Drew Lock under center for Seahawks. But hey, 49ers are who they are. They won 28-16. Brock Purdy, 368 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Christian McCaffrey, 16 carries for 145 yards. Jordan Mason ran for 20 yards and a touchdown. Deebo Samuel ran for 1 yard and got a touchdown. Greedy bastard.
Yep.
He also had 7 catches for 149 yards and a touchdown. Ayuk, 6 catches for 126 yards and a touchdown. Kittle, 3 catches for 76 yards and a touchdown. Yeah. Niners are good. Yeah. Drew Lock came in with that Seattle squad, and I'll tell you what, anyone but the 49ers, it might have been a lot better game because he threw for 269, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Charbonnet ran for 44 yards. On the receiver side, though, Lockett, 6 catches for 89. Metcalf, 2 catches for 52 and a touchdown. Parkinson, 2 catches for 28 and a touchdown. Anyone but San Francisco, that might have been a lot better for Drew Lock.
The Niners should have demolished that squad.
They
didn't.
You would think 28-16 they could have really, stepped it up another 2 touchdowns. But hey, I mean
it's a win for San Fran, but not really.
Not everyone has to run up the score.
No,
that's the other
what I'm saying.
thing.
I think San Fran might be in a now we're in survive in advance. Like we're in behind the driver's seat. Let's just get this win on to next week.
Like McCaffrey had that one 58-yard almost touchdown or 68-yard, and it was like, all right, that's enough for me today. You know?
Right. Broncos Chargers.
Now we're talking about important shit.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 24-7, Broncos beat the Chargers.
Justin Herbert.
Justin
got hurt.
Herbert
He wasn't
did
playing,
get hurt.
so, you
Yep.
know.
Yeah, he went out early. He got 17 passes in, 96 yards, and an interception before he exited. Eaton Stick, the gayest name in football, came in and for 179 yards. Listen, we are pro everyone around here, but I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Eaton Stick is...
That is the gayest name in football. Yes.
And Matt Gay exists in football. Jeez. Austin Eckler, who has the ability to be, a dual threat, was not today. He had 51 yards and a touchdown on the ground. Yards not worth mentioning in the air. Quentin Johnson was 3 catches, 91 yards. Keenan Allen, a disappointing 6 and 68. But again, Broncos defense is nothing to sneeze at. They really aren't. So I think the Broncos defense, even though they're bringing in a backup quarterback in LA, the Broncos defense is the one that really kept the Chargers to minimal. Russell Wilson, 224 yards, 2 touchdowns and interception. Javonte Williams ran for 66 yards and a touchdown. Cam Sutton, 66 yards and a touchdown in the air. Outside of that, there were 7 other guys that caught the ball for 10 yards,
Yep.
Including Truman, who was 19 yards and a touchdown. That was a nice scoring from the Broncos, taking all the right advantage where they had to, but it was their defense that I think won them the game.
Yeah.
Granted, 24 points.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
great.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Those are good numbers, but making sure that the Chargers had nothing because Keenan Allen healthy, Austin Eckler healthy, they are scary. I don't care that you got a backup quarterback in there; they're scary men. So good on them. And then the last game before we hit the current Sunday night game at 8:00 is the Bills
Do we
and
have
the
to talk
Chiefs.
about that game? Does anybody care about the Bills?
Legally.
It was
we must talk
legal.
about it.
Yeah,
Legally,
it's
we must talk- oh, okay.
contractually.
This is the best thing that's happened to me in a while.
Fucking death stare. That was a good fucking game. Yeah.
This is and not only was it a good game, the Bills held on for a 20-17 win over the Chiefs. It was the kind of game you expected between these two. Allen, 233 yards, 1 touchdown and interception. Mahomes, 271 yards, 1 touchdown and interception. James Cook, 58 yards on the ground, 83 yards in the air and a touchdown. Josh Allen also was able to run it in, 32 yards and a touchdown. On the other side of it, Edwards-Helaire did have 39 yards on the ground. McKinnon had 19 yards on the ground and a touchdown. Kelsey, 83 receiving yards. Rashee Rice, who's looking good. I kind of like who he's turning into. He had 7 catches, 72 yards in the air and a touchdown. Both of these teams were in need of a win desperately. The Bills needed this win significantly more. This is exactly what we expected the game to be in terms of keeping it close. No one pulled away. It was tight to the very bitter end. It came down to a Bills field goal to go up 20-17, and the Chiefs came damn close. Despite some trickery at the end. It looked like it was going to be a nice little pass to Kelsey with a slight reverse lateral to one.
Kadarius
Toney, thank you, who jogs it in off a bit of a trick play for a touchdown, but Toney was lined up off sides, therefore TD does not count, and Bills kept the defense tight, and no score for KC.
But that night,
Bills win.
I mean, watching our resident Bills fans.
Yeah.
When that play developed, they're like, oh, of course. Fucking lateral Kadarius Toney for a touchdown. Oh, of course.
Yeah, I'm not saying like the Bills are about to just go on a tear and win the Super Bowl or something, but yeah, Patrick Mahomes with
To
the
go
ball
into
back.
Arrowhead and do that.
Mahomes
Like,
to
to go-
Kelsey pulling out some fucking nonsense.
Mahomes has the ball at the end of the game. I know where this is going. And then that play happens. Like, it would have been one thing just bomb to the back of the end zone. I'm like, yeah, of course, why wouldn't that happen? But fucking Kelsey pulls that shit off, and I'm like, yeah, suicidal over here. And it's Mahomes smashing his helmet on the sideline and a coach breaking a tablet.
Yep.
It's just nice to get one, all right?
It is.
It's
It
just
is.
nice to
Yeah,
get
so
one,
nice.
boys.
So nice.
So more importantly, that puts the Broncos one game out of first place in the AFC West.
And also,
love
What
it.
the fuck is that? What the fuck?
as
You
one
know?
of my best friends, I'm very happy for you, but also just objectively, I'm very happy about that too. Yeah.
I would love a Bills Broncos
Right.
AFC Championship game. That'd be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So we are half the distance live, and one of the things that we do here is whole ass nothing, half ass everything. So we're not done with this week's game. We're currently watching who are we watching right now? I just went to commercial. I'm looking at my notes.
Cowboys, Eagles.
Cowboys, Eagles. God. Sorry.
Two fraud teams.
That's right. Yes, yes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
two frauds.
Two frauds, yeah. So yeah, here we are calling games before they're done. That also includes the Monday games of the Packers, Giants, and the Titans, Dolphins. But yeah, we're not going to talk about them. Don't worry about it. More importantly, we will have to get to our picks. But as we do our picks every week, one of the things that we do with our picks, shame on me.
I forgot.
Yes, shame on we do picks every week, and whoever has the lowest pick has to suffer with their least favorite team's koozie, but the rest of us get to enjoy our most favorite team's koozie. So the winning records for last week were...
So, Scotty, only because this is really important, there's only 13 games played last week, and Scotty is a Giants fan, and he was only wrong on 2 of the fucking picks. 2 of the picks, fucking well done.
Should
So
have
fuck
called that
them.
early. I could have been sporting this right away.
Matt is a Bears fan. He was right, but, he's not here, so go Pack.
Oh, man, that's cold.
No, because they're playing the Giants tomorrow, so
cold.
okay, the Bears.
All right.
You beat a good team
Rules
today,
is rules.
And I didn't lose either, so fuck the Cowboys who we have to watch right now, and go Broncos, as always. But Eric, you were the worst.
Yeah.
You're a Bills fan, but now you gotta use the Tom frickin' Brady koozie.
Pass it over.
Gotta use that.
Still won the day, boys. That's all I care about.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Oh, when your team wins, if you lose,
Yeah,
it's still
like-
a win. It's still a win, yeah.
So before we get into our picks, we do have a couple of signature segments. This signature
segments.
Yeah, I love it. This one is called the Un-FL. Things do happen outside of the NFL. Surprise, surprise. What? So we're here to talk about the highlights or lowlights as we see them. This segment is not brought to you by Copper and Cask, but it could be. Send the check.
I don't know if I've tried
You
that.
probably haven't. This is actually a super, super unique a one-off barrel. One of our local liquor stores did a special single barrel pick of a Maker's Mark that also had some extra, different barrel stave things going on. It was absolutely delicious. We may have had that on the show previously. There's a good chance. Then they went out and did a barrel pick with this Cooper and Cask, and they took that whiskey and finished it in the Maker's Mark barrel that they had. So this is an absolute one-off, never to be seen again, and it's absolutely delightful.
Ooh.
Right?
Ooh.
Yeah, real good. And this is right up your alley, being a good spicy bourbon.
But it's such a quick burn. It's not even a Kentucky hug. It's so quick.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
a Kentucky high five.
It's a high.
And then
yeah,
you get all the
yeah.
goodness.
Yeah, it's also barrel proof, so don't let it fool you. That is 120 plus. Anyways, into the NFL. Something a little special happened in the NCAA basketball. You might be familiar with the Purdue basketball team. Purdue Fort Wayne, though, but not the actual Purdue Fort Wayne. Who could forget? One of the best sequences I've seen so far this season. One of the Purdue Fort Wayne players lost a shoe.
That's the main campus.
Is
correct?
this a D1 school?
It's still D1. Lost a shoe. Lost a shoe in the middle of the game. You got it. You know what you do? You pick up your shoe and you carry it with you. Play doesn't stop. Yeah. We don't. Right? We carry on. So he's got a shoe right in his hand. Right. So the opposing team, they're moving this way. They're moving that way. Passing the ball around. Shot clock's winding down. Top of the key. Guy goes to shoot the ball. Dude who lost a shoe still in his hand jumps up, blocks the ball
With the shoe?
with the shoe.
Wait. Is that okay?
So if
I
all
think the refs probably convened were like, we don't know. That's
No.
never fucking happened before.
So ball goes short, gets recovered by Purdue Fort Wayne.
I mean, it's part of the uniform.
Right?
Part of the uniform is involved in every play.
Right? They get the
Kicked it with the
rebound.
laces on the way up.
Yep. They
Were the laces out?
no, he caught it with the bottom of the shoe. Right? Yeah, with the sole of the shoe. So yeah, the Fort Wayne, they get the air ball, they move up the field, and there's the other team player. Like, look at the refs. Like
you can't
do that.
Can you?
I mean, it's weird, right? Because is that a kick? Is that a They called it clean. They moved along. In a similar scenario, jumping to the NBA, this is the Lakers and Arizona. So LeBron's dribbling up the court. He's got a bit of a fast break, but he doesn't have numbers. Here's 3 Arizona guys. Three Phoenix guys. Sorry, Arizona's weird to say.
Arizona, like
it's weird. I'm sorry. I was just talking about college.
Right.
Whatever. Yeah, three Phoenix players. So instead of trying to drive in, right, and try to go up against 3 of those guys,
which young LeBron would have done.
Maybe. It looks like he's passing the ball, but there's no one there. Instead, as Devin Booker's trying to kind of cut across and block a bit of the lane, he passes it right at Devin Booker's foot. Hits Booker's foot, caused Booker to trip. And then that's clearly a kick ball, right? That's what LeBron wants? No, they weren't giving him that at all. Sorry.
But if it hit his foot, that's a kick ball.
It hit his foot, but because he wasn't passing to anyone, LeBron thought it was going to be a kick ball, but Phoenix recovered it, and he was a little confused. I like that heads-up play. It was pretty clever, but here's these 2 moments in basketball. One of them, a shoe in a hand, blocking the ball counts. Passing the ball at another player's foot on purpose to try to force a kickball when there was no other player to pass to. It kind of had this football feel about intentional grounding. Kind of an odd little sequence.
That's a weird basketball, football, soccer kind of amalgamation there.
I was going to say, the fucking play in the World Cup where the guy, never mind, ignore that, I'll get back to you, boys. Keep going, Scotty.
Yeah.
Were you going to bring up tennis?
No.
I know what you're going with that there.
I know. As soon as I started, I was like, this is going nowhere. Keep going, Scotty.
So, all right.
Hey, quality work. That's what we do here. Yeah.
Sticking in the realm of LeBron James, Bronny James did make his debut with USC today. Very limited minutes, but after his heart condition,
I get the heart thing.
He came in limited minutes.
If he wasn't Bronny James, I wouldn't give a shit about him.
Yeah, he came in limited minutes. He got
I don't want reality TV.
3 rebounds, 2 assists. He got 4 points. But honestly, we're all wondering what he's going to do in reality. Is he going to be a NBA caliber one and done? We'll see. But hey, first game. News is all on him. That being said, the USC Trojans still lost to Long Beach State University 84-79. So, it's still in the NBA. Before I get into a little bit more significant news, I do have to say that Joel Embiid went to do a celebration. He's a man who I don't care for. I don't care for Joel Embiid.
Yep.
I don't like his attitude for a lot of things. But I'm really surprised he restrained himself on this. He went to do the old D-Generation X chop and stopped himself, held himself back. I'm a little disappointed. I would have loved to see a DX chop right in the middle of the basketball floor.
I don't like him either.
Yeah.
But I see nothing wrong with doing that.
I agree.
I see nothing wrong with it. Just because you think it means something, there's no fucking rule against that movement.
Hey, if Hank McCrinkleberry can't do it, then neither can Joel Embiid.
Listen.
Well, that was the third one.
Tyrese Halliburton, right, was dropping threes from the Pacers. Was dropping threes all over the Bucks, right? Who now have Dame Lillard, right? Dame Lillard known for the Dame time. Is Tyrese Halliburton doing Dame's celebration? What's worse? dropping someone else's signature celebration
Yep.
or a DX
Which is a
crotch
clear
chop.
fuck you versus
versus
you know,
a DX crotch chop.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, Joel Embiid, I think you were right on this one. I wish you hadn't stopped. The last thing I have to bring is that it really was a big week for LA in general this week.
LA.
Quick jump to baseball. Shohei
Oh,
Ohtani.
God damn you!
Fuck.
You knew you were stealing both of ours when you did that.
Fuck him! It
You
is
knew what you were
700
doing.
million guaranteed.
It's 10 years.
Can't even pitch for fucking 2.5
Yeah.
years, motherfucker. Oh my god.
10 years, $700 million. But let's be honest.
He's never gonna play 10 more years. It's not gonna happen.
This man has been an
On it
absolute.
right now.
He's
goddamn amazing.
he's the best player
Yes.
in basketball for the past 3 years easily.
Baseball?
Easily. Did I say basketball? Baseball.
Yes.
Easily.
Maybe basketball too.
He's a great pitcher and he's a great batter.
Yeah,
like
he's
this
fucking
is
great.
wild. If anyone's gonna get $70 million, a year over 10 years, it's him. Much respect to the Dodgers for locking that up.
Guaranteed.
And the Dodgers have been a good team.
the Dodgers are already fucking 100-win team.
Yeah,
Like, god damn it.
yeah.
They're just like now they're becoming the Yankees.
Right.
And this is my thing with baseball. You're just buying fucking championships. I fucking hate that shit.
Fair?
Yeah.
Oh, yes?
Yeah. Some teams have to do it the old-fashioned way, cheating with trash cans, but
They've won since then. Fucking let it go. And like, oh, is he worth it? Yeah, probably.
He probably is.
But I just hate the precedent it sets. And it's such fucking... The last one was what? 400 million for 10 years? And now that's 700
Oh,
for
no,
10
no.
years?
Bryce
Like-
Harper and...
Yeah, the Bryce Harper one. Again, but
that
it
was...
wasn't guaranteed. It was like
Okay.
it was an extension. It was like a lot of things involved with it. Like, Shohei Ohtani's is like fully fucking guaranteed.
Yeah.
And they know he can't pitch for at least a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah, but he can still be one of the best hitters in baseball. And Bryce Harper is one of the best hitters in baseball
Yeah,
getting a contract
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Which means Ohtani, when his shoulder gets healthier, is whatever was the problem
if
with pitching.
it gets
right?
healthier,
Yeah, that's right.
you know?
So the last thing I want to talk about is jumping all the way back to NBA. The Lakers did win the inaugural in-season tournament, and earlier.
Right. You know I am against this.
So all right, so here, and I'm going to give a little bit of pro for it. Something that I liked
Okay,
about it
okay.
was when it first started during the same exact segment. I was like, "Hey, it started, everyone," and I was like, "Go ahead and ask me questions about it." And I was like, "I don't know.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on?
Well,
no one knows what's going on in this tournament."
before you went to that, I was going to say, please explain it to me again like I'm 5, because I do not know what this is.
Yeah. So the
It's a
in-season
money grab. It's a
the
money
in-season
grab.
tournament is essentially some games that you're playing that go towards the tournament that count as regular season games.
They all count as regular
season games,
yeah.
but they're one of the big incentives that are going on is $500K per player for the winner.
Okay.
And 200K for the losers.
Yes, for the
the
runner-ups. For
finals.
the runner-ups,
Yeah,
yes. And what happened is, because this was the plan was like to try to find a way to get players out there this time of year, the whole load management, things like that. The players embraced it. These games were the players embraced it, right? And in the championship was between the Pacers and the Lakers, but the game before that, I forgot who the Lakers were playing. LeBron took a charge, and after the game, someone said, "You're 38. What are you doing out there taking a charge?" And he said, "It's $500K. What are you talking about? I'll do that every day." And that, to me, that said so much, because in this world of load management and how you're trying to get like Kawhi Leonard to play a regular set of games, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if you can get these guys motivated, and LeBron James is rich as fuck, and he's like, "Give me that $500K, baby."
Fucking hate it.
Anthony Davis in
Fucking
that championship game
Yeah.
had something like 25 rebounds and 40 points. Okay, now
He's
do I
also a
expect-
piece of shit.
I'm not talking about character, but yeah, but like, if you're gonna get these guys saying, "No, I want that win, I want that in-season tournament title," I can buy into that, right? And I can appreciate that these guys are saying more than anyone. The fans have yet to latch onto it, but the players have latched onto it, which is a bigger win than anything else. Because they're the only ones who matter. And watching a game where these guys are saying, nah, this is life or death. We got to win this tournament. I love it. I'll give that much credit to it. It doesn't matter to me that it's the Lakers that won it or Anthony Davis did well. Hey, Austin Reeves, I do like that kid. He's kind of fun to watch. In his second year, he's playing well.
Like,
Good on him. But and a lot of these bench guys get an extra $500K at the same time.
that I'm okay with.
That
Well,
one I'm on
that
board
I'm
with.
okay
Thank you,
with.
Brian.
Whether- right,
Thank you.
Because
That I'm on
that's
board
more
with.
than they fucking
Well,
make a year
right,
Braun's
playing the
already
whole
making
season.
$65
And-
million
right,
a year,
and guess
all
what?
across
Right.
the board. But $500K is going to get
Right.
him juiced. That sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, but you know what?
exactly.
But
And also,
if
that's your job. You should play hard anyways.
okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's your
Okay.
goddamn
No,
job.
but
Do
you know
your
what?
fucking job.
But if-
play every game.
But
know?
if you put that little seed in front of these guys and your starters are out
But
there,
you shouldn't have to. It's
you
their
say-
goddamn job.
but if it gives them the juice to get out there and for the whole team to say, listen, yeah, I get it, I'm making $70 million a year, and hey, that's still an extra $500K. Do you know what that buys me? And by the way, you know what that buys the guys on my team that don't make $70 million? I like that, and I think it can build to be a good thing.
So I teach for a living. If you said, hey, I'll give you an extra $500,000 this year if your students are even better than they would have been beforehand, that doesn't change anything I do, because I'm still doing the best I can possibly fucking do for my students. The only world where money makes you do better is fucking professional sports, and that's fucking bullshit. That is your job. You're a fucking NBA player. You get paid an enormous amount of money to do the best at playing basketball. And you need more money as an incentive? Fuck all of
Can I
that.
pile on too?
Fuck all of that.
Let's say you're like a mechanic or a coal miner, and you buy your kid tickets to the Lakers game because that's all he wants for Christmas because they're going to be playing.
And the fucker sits down
they're
and
going to
doesn't
be playing
play.
over here,
Yeah.
and like you
Yep.
had to save for weeks and weeks,
Yep.
and then LeBron
Yep.
takes the night off because he's tired. Guess what? That mechanic's tired. That coal miner's tired. He
Yep.
works 6 fucking
Yeah.
days a week.
Yeah.
He didn't fly there on a private plane. He
Yep.
doesn't have. Yeah.
Yep.
Fucking
And-
stupid.
Fuck these
Okay,
people.
and you know
Yeah.
what?
Fuck
There's
them.
also
Yeah.
plenty of incentives in places like manufacturing and things like that. If you do better, quite often there's incentives
Yes.
to perform better.
Not $500,000.
But this is doing their regular job.
Yes.
All of these NBA in-season games count the same as their regular job. There's just an added financial benefit to it. Nowhere else would this exist.
That's not true. That actually happens in but if you get a bonus for your job
They
for
already get
performance,
bonuses. All of them get more money if they make the playoffs. All of them get more money if they make the finals.
playoffs. Make this many
All of them
points
get more
this
money if
season.
they win
Have
the
this many
finals.
assists,
They already
yeah.
have those built in. They get paid more when they do better already.
if you're an undrafted rookie, you're not getting $500K.
They're
for
the only
making
ones that it benefits.
Okay.
That it
But-
really benefits.
And if
you
the team
know?
pulls together to say we're doing this, I'm for it. I'm
But
for
the
it.
team should pull together already because they want to be the best they possibly could be. Oh, drives me fucking crazy.
We are on other sides of this
And
one.
this is a
We
football
are,
show,
yeah.
folks. Okay.
Well, we're the NFL segment, you know.
NFL segment, yes.
Just and then
I mean, arguably that literally went from NFL right into our next segment of just the
hey,
work.
can I just do like 10 seconds on the NFL thing with the Shohei
Yeah.
Ohtani?
Oh yeah.
Obviously, Scott, you touched on 99% of it, but one of the things I thought was intriguing about it was Shohei said, like, when he's sort of courting, like, teams, that if any, like, leaks get out or any information comes out, like, he's going to hold that as a detriment to not wanting to sign with that team.
Yeah.
And I think that'll be curious if more, like, superstar athletes do that kind of thing moving forward.
I think
Maybe?
it's gonna go both ways. I think there's gonna be guys that want the leak to get out.
Yes.
Because they want the team that they're on to pony up a little bit
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
And then there's the ones that say, I am looking at leaving, but don't you dare fucking talk about it because I don't want any press
Yeah.
affecting our conversation. So it goes both ways.
Yep.
But that also speaks to his character quite a bit,
Yeah.
and I can respect that.
But I mean, Ohtani was also really clear about like, I'm gonna play for a West Coast team because that's easy flights back home. Mm-hmm. That wasn't hidden. He fucking said that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like
And he-
Shockey, you play for the Angels, and now you play for the Dodgers. You know.
Right. Are Dodgers National
Didn't
League?
even have to move.
Are they-
but it's West
are they-
Coast,
Are they,
so-
are they National League?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I'm
Dodgers
only
are
thinking
National League.
They're okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because the other thing is,
Because they lost to the cheating Astros. Yeah.
but that's but it's also especially important for them to lock someone like him up because National League, they don't use pinch hitters.
Oh no, I mean that matters.
So
yeah.
so paying him that kind of money makes a lot of sense because you are going to get a real double threat from
Yeah.
him. So
Eventually.
eventually,
Yeah.
sure. He's still pretty young. So
Oh,
hopefully
yeah,
he heals. Yeah. So I guess with that we go into our other key segment, just the worst. One thing that is always and forever just the worst here is our utter despise and hatred for NFL commentators like Chris Collinsworth. More importantly, Joe Buck. Mm-hmm. Fuck that guy. Fuck him forever and always.
All those talking heads.
Fuck Joe Buck.
Fuck Joe Buck. Cheers.
But beyond that, we have plenty of other things to complain about.
So my personal just the worst is because I've been sick for like 2 fucking weeks, and I was finally healthy enough to watch football today. And I do like the Texans because I grew up in San Antonio, and I fucking hate the Cowboys. So I was an Oilers fan, so I kind of gravitate towards the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
The Broncos are my team, but I like the Houston Texans. But we had, I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago, we had Punt Fest, like 2020 or something like that. And watching the Texans-Jets game, because I actually watched it, and the entire first half, punt, punt, punt. The entire first half. Each team had 6 possessions. Each possession ended in a fucking punt. 12 punts the entire first half. No points. Almost no fucking offense to speak of. Just the worst. Just the worst. Fucking awful.
And obviously injuries within the Texans doesn't help. And the Jets' defense is good. They're good.
Yeah. Oh, fucking sauce. Come on. You know.
And luckily the Jets were able to figure it out on offense.
But that
ultimately,
first half was,
but
oh my god. Oh.
You know, but is that really any worse than trying to watch a 3-0 game?
No. So that actually made me happier knowing that fucking Vikings-Raiders game happened because, oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Especially the way the Vikings and Dobbs have been playing. A 3-0 game where the field goal was scored with like 2.5 minutes left in the game. A lot of people paid to go watch that game in that goddamn stadium. Like, they should all get fucking refunds. Every single one of them should get their money back. Fucking awful.
Yeah. This is not just the worst, and I want to drop in a just the best. There's something really fun with the Army Navy game this year.
The score.
It's the it was the 250th anniversary of the Boston Tea Party. So instead of playing the game in Philadelphia as they always do, they played it at Foxborough to kind of call out the anniversary of the Boston Tea Party.
So there's one more win in Foxborough this year?
Exactly. yeah, right. But I really like that nice little nod. Obviously, Army Navy like playing against each other has nothing to really do with that war. But I just thought it was a kind of a cool thing to do. It is supposed to go back to Philadelphia.
Well, that kind of makes sense. Like,
yeah.
Revolutionary War, like, our Navy was garbage.
Yeah.
But our Army was pretty good.
Yeah,
so,
well, and hey, both of these teams were both mid, and they played a mid game. But they got to celebrate the Boston Tea Party, and there were some really great pictures of this anniversary with like someone unloading like a 250-pound bag of tea to like drop in the harbor, and there was some good things in general, and I just like that they
of Lipton's or something.
I just like that they were able to move the game for that reason, and it was a nice little fun nod. So
I didn't realize it always took place in Philly.
That's a just the best. So
I like that.
My just the worst and just the best is the transfer portal in college football, where I want players to be where they want to be. I think they're making a shit ton of money for the school. Of course, I want them to get paid. But it sucks when you are that walk-on like left guard who waited through 2 years of bullshit. You finally get to start, and then like the quarterback leaves, and there's a freshman coming in, and there's a brand new coach kind of thing. And just like, I guess the better way to put that is the carousel that is like.
Are you talking about Oklahoma's quarterback?
I'm not
He's
talking
play
about
fucking
that.
lacrosse next year
that's
instead.
Interesting that you would mention that. Yeah. But just like the carousel of it. Like I'm on board for the kids getting compensated and being where they want to be, but now I just think it's kind of because there's no like baseline. Like it's just a carousel all the time, and I don't think they figured it out quite yet.
I don't remember if it was last week or the week before. You weren't here. One of the things that I brought up was, and I forget the teams. There was a coach who was talking about sharing a little frustration because a quarterback that he had for 3 years on his team went to the transfer portal and then went to play for another team.
Yeah.
And at senior night, they were going all out like, you're our favorite and we love you and oh, thank you so much. And he said, you rented him.
Yeah.
You rented him.
Oh.
Right? And it was more about his frustration of the transfer portal and that lack of the 1 year red shirt. He didn't call out that. He just said like I get it that you appreciate him, but like we had him for 3 years, and then you're celebrating his 1 year there like he was the best thing that's
Like
ever
he built
happened.
something.
I guess it's
Right.
a lack of
Yeah.
allegiance where like 20 years ago a coach would sit in a living room and be like, I'm going to be here, like this is like what I envision for your son. These are the players he's going to play with. And nowadays it's like that coach is going to be there for 2 years. He's going to be gone. Like this kid who signed on is kind of left out.
Yep.
Like in a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? How is it any different than what happened with Jalen Hurts?
It's not.
And Tua Tagovailoa,
It's
right?
not.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it was like, you know what? Jalen Hurts was struggling in the first half of the championship game. They sat him. Tua came in, and who was the backup all season, had a couple of games that he started, came in, and then the next year, Jalen Hurts is now transferred, and Tua was starting for Alabama. Right, so it happens both ways.
Yes.
Right, so it's
Yeah.
the kids need their power to go where they need to go because the teams will also say thank you, but also no thank you.
I guess just like the most succinct way to put that as possible is it seems like, if you're coming out of high school, where you sign from 2 years in the future is going to be vastly different than like what you were signing on for.
Yeah.
And that also is kind of my just the worst.
Oh, and all the NIL things, like, it's going to change fucking
Yeah.
everything.
Well, and another
And
coach
it's just so new. I don't think college football or the NCAA
They're not
has
really
figured
ready.
that out.
there was another thing that we brought up. I think it was last week with this one coach who was saying that a good quarterback will cost $1 million in the transfer portal. So sponsors pony up. If you want to do something, it's on you to make this happen because it's going to cost you $1 million in NIL to get him here. Brock Purdy doesn't make $1 million.
I know. Yeah, there's college players right now making more than
Right.
Brock Purdy.
Now is Brock Purdy
has a
getting
roommate.
sponsorships?
Yeah.
I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's getting showered with sponsorships. San Francisco's got a lot of money. I'm sure he's making, but his salary is not
Doing,
that.
like, used car lot ads or something? Come on.
San Francisco is filled. I'm sure they've got plenty of things that he's getting involved in.
Is it the new face of avocado toast?
Yeah. Hey, listen.
That's been there for years.
I know that a lot of the guys in Golden State, they talked about the benefit of being in Golden State because of the investment opportunities that are just at your feet because there's so much money in Silicon Valley,
Yeah.
right? So that is significant for them. Significant. That's not Silicon
they're smart
Valley.
enough
That's
to
San
do it.
Francisco. Or
Yeah,
that's
Silicon
Seattle.
Valley.
You're
Which one's whatever?
Silicon
Say
Valley
the
the
right.
right
San
coast
Fran.
at least.
Well, yeah. Well, whatever. But like, there's so much money. Like Kevin Durant went on record and said it was like his 2 years there were really lucrative because of the things that were presented to him, just the access to all those technology and startup. Yeah. So. So is Brock Purdy getting some good money? I guarantee he is. I'm sure he's doing just fine, even though he's not making $1 million this year. But still, there's plenty of college quarterbacks making $1 million that are going to go, I think I'll stay.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Okay. So streaks time then.
That's right. Our next Squeak Streaks. Remind us for our final segment, but before we get into next week's picks, Squeak Streaks.
Yes.
Your last week was what?
Well, last week was Tyreek. Let's see here. So last week, this won't manifest. Well, it won't manifest, but it also won't have the opportunity to manifest until tomorrow. Tyreek Hill, 157 yards, 2 touchdowns, will have over 100 yards receiving and -4 rush yards versus the Titans next week. That's coming up for tomorrow night. And now I'm just going to
Really?
rattle off some numbers at you guys.
All right.
November 12th, Lions 41, Chargers 38. November 19th, Lions 31, Bears 26. November 23rd, Lions 22, Packers 29. December 3rd, Lions 33, Saints 28. Today, Lions 13, Bears 28. They've given up over 26 points in all of those games. Next week, they have the Professors Broncos. They'll give up at least 26 again. That is my streak.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All
Broncos
right.
have to score 26 points on
Yes.
Detroit's defense.
26 or more.
I like that one because that is not Denver's strong suit.
But also,
You say
the Lions
26.
26 or more.
That is not Denver's strong suit. So I like it.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
And the line, clearly, I just told you the numbers. Like,
Oh, yeah.
their defense
Yep.
has been playing like trash for the
Yep.
last month and a
Yep.
half.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Right on. So with that, we move on to the way too early. There's still 3 games to finish in this week, but who the fuck cares? We half-ass everything and whole-ass nothing, right? So, Brian, why don't you pull up the games for next week? We'll make our picks.
All right.
And Matt did drop his picks in there, so
He
we're not
did indeed.
we're not doing random
gonna let-
things and whatever. So yeah. Oh wait, Matt had it just the worst, right?
Oh, he
my-
did.
What was,
Yes.
yeah, what was his just the
So
worst? Yeah, yeah.
Matt's just the worst. It's kind of shitty, but it's also a jab at you guys.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
I'm clutching my pearls falling over.
So former Houston Oilers and Tennessee Titans, Frank Wycheck died.
Yes.
In a really shitty way. He's only 52. He fell and
He's
hit his
your age.
head and died. And then they just fucking found him, fucking dead, which is a shitty fucking way to go.
Yes.
But if you're not a big football guy, he's one of the guys involved in the Music City Miracle play against the Buffalo Bills.
Which was a forward pass.
It was not a forward pass. I watched it 3 times again today. It was not a forward pass.
I've watched it more than 3 times.
I just watched it. It is not a forward pass. And,
You're not a neutral party.
And he
on
did
this one,
already
so.
say that you would bitch about that.
I know.
But it did end up, beating the Bills with a 76-yard fucking touchdown.
Illegally.
Whatever you say. And then, they got bounced, and Titans, went to the Super Bowl. They lost, but still. So just the worst is, he's gone now.
Yeah.
Way too young, and in a really shitty
That's
way.
a rough one. Yeah.
And the Bills would have lost the Super Bowl anyway, because that's just what they
Well,
do.
yeah, I know.
It's a
One-
pedigree.
No, something I saw on Twitter about him passing away was just like, if we lose to the Chiefs tonight, I don't know if I can handle this.
yeah. Yeah.
But that was Matt's just the worst, yeah.
All right. So next week's picks. What do we have?
So first up, Thursday night, we have the Chargers visiting the Raiders.
Oh my God! What?
They're both kind of garbage, so this is a really hard one to pick. I'm saying Vegas. I'm saying the Chargers. I mean, Herbert's probably not going to be back.
Is he's concussion protocol?
So, I mean, you don't really know until like Wednesday. And
Yeah.
It's a Thursday game. That's a quick turnaround. I say Vegas. I mean, a garbage game like fucking 17-10 or some bullshit like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Crosby is a game changer on defense, and if you've got a backup quarterback. Oh, I'm trying to figure out how I want to pick the Chargers, and I'm not sure that I can. Vegas's angry defense is what keeps minimal points on the board for the Chargers. Alex O'Connell, trash stash, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, there we go.
I'm picking the Raiders just because I think Jacobs is going to have like I mean, he's already great, but just like a good game by his standards kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's been quiet a couple of weeks.
Yeah, so like obviously
yeah.
he's an incredible player, but I just think he's going to pop off for like, I don't know, 120 and a touchdown, and that'll
He's due for that.
and that'll
It's
get
been-
them
He is.
and that'll get them to 17-10.
Matt seems to think the Chargers are going to win.
All right.
Yeah, well, Matt blows the Chargers. All right.
We have the Falcons at the Panthers. I want to say
Is
the
that,
Panthers.
Sunday, is that Sunday night?
I want to say no, God, no. They would flex the fuck out of that one. I want to say the Panthers get their second win,
Oh,
just because. Fuck it, why not?
Oh man, I know, right? Pick with your heart, right? Pick with your heart. How great would that be? The reality is, no, I can't do it. The Falcons,
And
the Falcons
Ritter had a
have
good game this week, so
yeah,
like, you know.
Ritter has the ability to put the ball up the field. Drake London can score. Bijan Robinson is a serious talent that is getting used a little bit more.
I can't. I'm changing it already.
Obviously,
Atlanta.
Kyle Pitts is there, and
Yeah,
he
well,
did get a
after
touchdown today,
Yeah,
right?
it's like after
I
today.
did have to double check my notes with my giant oversized glasses. So
I just, unless their bus crashes on the way to the stadium, I don't know how the Falcons can lose this game. Like, I'm with you. Like, I want to believe
I
that
guess-
it's
Because they're not good.
That's-
But the Panthers are so fucking bad, you know?
but he wants the Panthers to continue their downward trajectory because that's a number one pick. So
Oh, yeah. Every Panthers loss helps
Yeah.
the Bears
That's a win.
draft.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if you're
that's
a
true.
Panthers fan,
yeah.
a loss is a win.
I mean,
Yeah.
That's how you
really,
got to spin zone it.
yeah,
after this week, it won't matter anymore because
Right.
no one can catch up to them. So,
Right.
yeah.
oh,
All right, so Bears at Browns.
The Bears have
Matt
been
is-
a hot pick
Matt is
lately.
picking the
The Bears
Bears.
have been a hot pick lately.
so there was something that I forgot to bring up. It's this is about the Pittsburgh New England game that happened on Thursday.
That garbage.
And it said in the span of 5 days, the Steelers have all but locked the number one overall pick in 2024 for the Bears because Pittsburgh lost to Arizona and Pittsburgh lost to New England,
Uh-huh.
which gave both Arizona and New England their third win.
But then the Bears fucked up and won today.
No, but it didn't matter because that was all
'Cause
about.
it was the other loss.
Yeah,
the
it
other
was all
team.
about
Yeah,
keeping
yeah.
keeping Carolina down. So
Yeah.
yeah, right. Okay, so we're talking about the Bears versus
The Browns.
the Browns. Listen, Joe Flacco just needs to continue doing what he's doing. The Browns defense is real. It's
Yeah.
real.
Yeah. It didn't matter that it was Joe Flacco today. Yeah.
The Bears, Justin Fields put up 223 yards against Detroit today.
Yeah.
Can
And
he-
58 yards rushing.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Can he do that against the Browns? No, he cannot.
No.
He cannot. Even if he gets 200 yards in the air, Joe Flacco just needs to hit. Amari Cooper. Listen, Ford. I like him.
Yeah.
Right. I like what he's doing out there. And then you've got a scary big monster of a tight end. I get his name wrong, David Njoku.
Njoku.
Njoku, thank you. Yeah, it's the Browns all day. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm going Browns all
I'm
day,
sorry.
too.
We all picked the Bears over Detroit last week because it felt good in our hearts. I can't do it. Can't do it.
What's my pick?
Oh, he said the Bears.
Mm.
I figured.
Yeah, I want to be Matt's ally tonight because he's not here. I don't see how
Yeah, it's-
put
yeah,
it out
it's,
for the Browns.
All right, all right.
Right.
Watch him laugh at your face and the Bears win.
The Broncos at Detroit.
So man, Detroit needs a get right game.
After losing this
They
week,
need
I'm
a
kind of afraid.
and they're on
But
a
they're
skid.
also still 9-4.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But they play them like shit. But they're still
Right.
9-4.
They need a get right game. I think their offense is good enough against a really good Broncos defense to score enough. But it could be. I think this could be a good game. Russell Wilson needs to stay fucking tight. He needs to stay tight. Give me. I'm sorry, Brian, but give me Detroit 21-20.
yeah.
Ooh,
Oh, I can see that happening.
ooh,
Definitely, yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm going
Yeah.
Denver because
Yeah, right.
they're on a fucking streak.
They're on a great
I can't
streak,
not pick
yeah.
them, you know?
I'm going Denver because I also
Ooh.
have to pick them after my squeak streaks.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, yeah.
Texans at Titans.
Texans. I don't think that Nico Collins is that hurt. And CJ Stroud, I think it was concussion for him also.
It was. So,
But it didn't look that awful. So hopefully he's able to come back. That being said, Texans could be really safe. Like, it'd be like, why rush it? He looks like a franchise, so, they might also play it safe because what do they have to really lose?
Yeah.
But I think that their offense is fun, and I like rooting for them right now. So yeah, give me Texans.
All right.
I think it's kind of a coin flip, but Titans, because Will Levis just has a game that he plays way better than he should be. Yeah,
Because that's the Titans this year.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I
you
think it's
never
a coin
fucking
flip,
know. Yeah.
But a week from now,
Derrick
Texans
Henry,
won.
90 yards, 2
Yeah, that kind of-
touchdowns.
It could happen. Yeah.
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 Are you sure?
So I want to pick the Texans because I think they're the
Yeah.
better team, but I want them to lose so the Broncos have a better chance of making the playoffs.
Oh, yep, that
So-
checks out.
So I'm picking the
nope,
Titans.
that's smart picking. That's sound picking.
The Vikings at the Bengals.
Vikings got a problem.
Fucking today? What the fuck was that?
How
How did you barely eke out a win against the fucking Raiders? What
Justin
the hell?
Jefferson came back and immediately
got hurt. Immediately. You piece of shit. Ruined my fantasy fucking chances.
Yeah.
If only someone hadn't set their lineup.
You still have Joe Burrow on your bench, though.
I know. Maybe we're going to do a keeper league. Maybe I need him next year. You ever think about that? We're going to talk about him in off-season meetings.
Do we have meetings off season?
Thinking ahead.
So I'm going Bengals because, the Vikings, what the fuck are they doing? I have
Listen,
no
I'm
idea.
sorry. Jake
Yeah.
Browning looked nice.
He did?
He looked
did.
nice
He
today.
did.
And he reminded us, I said earlier, he reminded us that they have a championship level squad there. Their wide receiver core is pretty impressive, to be honest. They've got a good run game. Their defense is really terrible. It's really turning out to be awful. But somehow they still keep him in the game just enough. Bengals. Yeah. Jake Browning, just another nice game.
It was a weird, good game for him. So
Yep.
fuck it, yeah.
Yep.
If he's a good placeholder
That's
until
it.
fucking Burrow comes
That's
back.
it. Right. Jake. Yep. Browning. Yeah. Let's go.
I also think Bengals, because kind of like Josh Dobbs 4 weeks ago, where he had those 2 or 3 games where it was just this is fun and the flavor of the week thing. I could just see him having he could just string together 2 games and then maybe in a month from now we're and he sucks. But for this upcoming week, Bengals.
Right.
I can see that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going Bengals, yes. Matt went Bengals as well.
You know what? And I would love nothing more, because this matters zero to me. Nothing more than Josh Dobbs to be 350 yards, right?
4 tutties.
Yeah. Right.
Out of
Obviously,
fucking nowhere.
yeah. I mean, I have Hawkinson on my squad, but I'd like seeing him do well for sure, because he got 0 points this week. But I would love to see that. But yeah,
Playoffs start next week in the
that's
fantasy
true.
league.
I
so,
know
you
it. I know it. Yeah.
The Giants.
I'm on
at
a
the
bye, so I'm
Saints.
all right.
Oh, humble brag.
Yeah, humble
Just
brag.
saying. Humble brag.
Giants and the Saints.
Your team, Scotty.
It is my team. And listen, we have week 3. When we talk about flavor of the week, Tommy DeVito came out.
Yeah.
3 touchdowns in week 1. He came out a little bit softer last week. We have no idea what's going to happen against Green Bay, who's playing pretty good.
Oddly enough, yeah.
But you know
Jordan
what?
Love apparently is a good quarterback.
But you know what? His stats are better. We talked about this last week. His stats are better than the previous 2 starting quarterbacks for Green Bay in their first seasons. That's wild.
It is
It's wild.
But I also think that Green Bay quarterbacks have been universally overrated.
Yeah, well, give me the Giants because I can't not root for Tommy Pastrami.
All right.
I didn't load up the music as
Just-
I did the one time. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Oh, mama.
Tommy DeVito's going to have chicken tetrazzini from his mama the night before the game and pull this off.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
All right.
his tummy full of
Yeah.
cutlets.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
I'm going Saints all the way.
Yeah, that's right. Did Matt go Saints?
He did,
Yeah,
yeah.
you fucking dicks.
Jets at Dolphins.
Okay.
Dolphins. Just
Okay.
done.
Okay.
Just put that down for me real quick. Yeah.
No, good on Zach Wilson for a 300-yard day.
Yeah.
Good on Zach Wilson for a 300-yard day. But
It's still the fucking Dolphins.
yeah. Oh, what a sub 500 team against the Dolphins? Vegas
That's
says
true. They always beat the
Vegas
sub 500
Vegas says that
teams.
pays. Yeah. Mostert and HN each with 2 rushing touchdowns.
Oh, oh.
Tyreek with only 1.
Well, Tyreek's gonna have negative rush yards.
But he is going to have he's going to have 175 yards.
Yes, but negative rush yards.
But basically, there's always like they're going to be right at the end zone, and it's going to be like Mostert and HN just going to be like, whoop, we're in. Yeah.
All right, so picks like the Crash Test Dummies one-hit wonder there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get that joke?
no.
Look it up. Steelers at the Colts.
Okay.
That's gonna be such a fucking boring game.
This is gonna be.
That's
This is
gonna be such a.
This is gonna be
boring
the
game.
Vikings Raiders this
Yeah.
week.
Is this
Oh
is
my
it
God,
still
yeah.
Trubisky? What's going on with Pickett?
I think he's week to week, so I don't
Week
know.
to week.
But it's
Does
still
it matter?
so boring.
Does it matter? God, Colts. Give me Colts.
Colts,
Give me
all right,
Colts.
yeah.
Give me Colts. I don't care what Jonathan Taylor's doing injury wise. Yeah, Pittman is still a serious threat. Zach Moss had a rough game today, but he's having a hell of a season.
You all in Minshew?
No, but Minshew is
He can hand it off appropriately.
he's getting the job done, So yeah, give me Colts. Give me Colts.
I'm saying pity.
Yeah, I was like, give me the Steelers just for like some parody. I don't know why.
Okay.
No good reason.
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin. There you go.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah.
There you go, Mike Tomlin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin.
Tampa at Green Bay.
Right.
Home game for Green Bay.
Home bay for Green Bay. Ooh.
Who has been better?
It's cold. Cold in Green Bay. And that can be a game changer.
But Baker has played in the cold.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
My gut says Green Bay, but I don't really know. Like, are they going to relapse next week?
Tampa Bay, because fuck them.
Because fuck them, yeah.
Right.
I like it.
Because, you know what? Like, Baker Mayfield, I don't know if Mike Evans is back. I don't know what the status of that is. If Mike Evans is back, definitely Tampa Bay.
Well, he got his record, so, like, he's going to fuck off,
No, he's too competitive for that. Yeah. Tampa Bay. Yeah.
Tampa Bay, just because like I don't really care about Green Bay, and I'm pulling for Baker, so Tampa. Bay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like this is a pick with a heart for sure.
Mhm.
Pick. Yeah, Tampa.
All right. The Niners at Arizona.
Arizona.
Anyone pick
Write it down.
Are
Write it
you
down.
picking
He
Arizona?
said it.
Really?
He said it.
You said it, you said it.
That's it. That's not on the record.
It is on the record.
You can't triple stamp a double stamp.
You can't double down.
Listen, this is
Niners.
Yeah,
It's Niners.
Collectively.
it's like Brandon Ayuk moonwalks into the end zone.
Oh, shit. From
Well,
the
and
35.
the closest defender is 20 yards downfield from him. Tripping over another defender.
But you know what? Kyler Murray puts up 250 yards, scrambles for 50. He looks good. But the rest of the team just what are you gonna do?
I'd say flip those numbers. He throws for 50 yards and scrambles for
scrambles for
249.
No. By GPS, he has to run for 250.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, not positive yards, just right. His Fitbit was tracking, and he looked good.
Oh, poor Murray. Oh,
I'm assuming Matt took San Francisco.
he did, yeah. The Commies at the Rams.
It'll be boring, I think, but that could be a fun
I think
one.
maybe.
That could be interesting.
right.
I think so too.
Rams come down to earth. And Commies pull an upset. Is that like
Yeah.
they've done some
Maybe.
fucking bonkers
Yeah.
thing this
The
year.
fact that he just said the Rams come back down to earth at 6-7 after winning a game.
After their good offense today,
Yeah.
they come back down to
I know.
earth. That's what I mean. It's They lost today, but it was a good game against Baltimore.
Like,
but
does that like ruin them, or do they like build upon that? You know.
listen, I'm going Rams because first of all, fuck the commies.
Yeah.
Like,
but
Sam Howell's not really. He's not the guy.
But at
you
the
know?
same time, man, they are like the Rams can suck so bad, and somehow the commies have had some really fun upsets.
Yeah,
But nah, fuck the commies. Give me Rams.
Eric.
Well, the Rams aren't back down to earth yet, so put me down too,
All right,
for sure. Yeah.
You know,
I meant on a good offensive game. Come on.
fuck it. I'm going Washington.
Yeah, all right. There we go.
Just because. Yeah.
Also, Dallas is kind of putting it on the Eagles right now.
Dallas is putting on the Eagles right now. Yeah, it's
Speaking of Dallas,
I was gonna say red zone with 1 yard, third down. They're up 10-3. They're looking like they're gonna make it 17-3. We'll see.
And next week, Dallas in Buffalo.
Ooh.
You sticking with your team? Sticking with your team?
Dallas.
Okay. Bills are coming off an emotional win.
Why did DeMar Hamlin die again?
Shit.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Also,
They're looking for a reason to cut him, so come on.
I know. I knew that. This goes back to preseason talk. I was like, he wouldn't be on the team if he hadn't died. Bills are coming off an emotional win. Dallas is going to win this game. I think they're going to be kind of sleepwalking, and Bills know, like, every game is a must-win. Bills pull something out again. But also, you will see me with my head on your table in the garage here a week from now.
But you're picking the Bills.
Yes, I'm picking the Bills.
Wow.
I can't, in good conscience, pick Dallas
Oh.
because they're in division rival with the Giants, and they suck in my mind, in my heart.
You don't have any playoff hopes this year.
I have zero playoff hopes. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna pick the Bills. And that is a heart pick.
Oh.
That is a heart pick.
Thank you.
Taking the Bills.
Oh.
It's a heart pick. Yeah.
I'm doing Dallas, but I really hope the Bills win.
Thank you.
Just because fuck the Cowboys.
Yep. Matt picked the Cowboys. I'm assuming.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Nah,
shocked.
bullshit.
No, he didn't.
Kansas City at New England.
Oh my God.
Anyone to go down a limb for the Pats? Anyone?
Oh my God.
I think the
Okay.
Chiefs are going to be so pissed it wouldn't matter who they're playing next week. Like, seriously.
Oh. Oh no. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Is Taylor going to be there?
They're
Yes
gonna
or
be-
no?
I don't know.
Does that
Wait,
matter?
I haven't checked your tour schedule. I don't know.
Oh my God. That's what time is that game? Is it a 4:00 game?
It's a
Yeah,
1
it's gotta be a
o'clock
1 o'clock.
Saturday
It's
game.
a 1:00. Okay.
So
all
there's
right.
3 Saturday games
All right.
this week.
Oh,
Yeah.
Play that at 3 a.m. on Tuesday.
Oh, it's a Saturday game?
Oh no, sorry. That's a Sunday one. Sorry.
oh,
Yeah, sorry. That's a.
All right.
I wish it was a Saturday. That'd be fun.
Oof. Oh, ugly. Oh
Yeah.
God.
So KC, right?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
I just want to make sure. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt just texted me, though, and said Patriots.
No, he did
Yeah,
not.
just-
No
It was,
fucking way.
he pulled an audible. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Sunday night game. The Ravens at Jacksonville.
Man, you know, the Ravens are good. The Jacksonville has the ability
But today their defense did not show up.
nope,
You know?
nope, and Jacksonville can put some points up.
Like, will Trevor Lawrence have back-to-back shitty days? I don't know. I don't think so.
You know what? Give me Jacksonville. Give me Jacksonville because that sounds fun. To see a slip in Baltimore, which would just give them some fuel
Yeah.
this late in the season.
Yep. Oh, a loss before. I mean, because they're gonna fucking make the playoffs. That's a lot.
Yeah. Oh
Basically,
yeah.
you know?
Give me Jacksonville because that's fun. That's
right.
fun. Yeah. I don't love that pick, but it's fun.
Normally, I'm in on the fun picks. It just generally, as not a fan of either of those teams, really too much. I don't Ravens like just.
No?
I just think they are better.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been winning too much, so I'm going to go ahead and pick
Okay.
Jacksonville.
Okay.
I'm picking Jacksonville as well.
Okay, all right. Love it. Yeah.
I think Trevor Lawrence is due for a 354 TD game.
Yep.
And, this week they showed...
Etienne,
Yeah.
Ridley. Oh, yeah.
Never know. And then the Monday night game. Eagles at Seahawks.
Eagles.
Listen,
Eagles are going to be reeling after this.
I don't care. I don't care who's starting for the Seahawks. They're not the team we expected them to be this year. The Eagles have a great record. Both Eagles and Cowboys have looked a little bit
they've
like
shown
paper
they're vulnerable
tigers.
the last few weeks, but
Yep.
still.
But yeah, the Seahawks would have to do everything perfect. And
And then the Eagles would
Philadelphia.
also have to shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
No, yeah.
And if this current beating continues and Dallas wins by like more than 3 scores, oh fuck.
Right.
Those poor Seahawks. Oh
yeah,
man.
yeah. Philly all day.
All right. Yeah, that'll lock it all up. That's it.
All right, so that locks up the picks. That locks up the week of our podcast. We are currently streaming on YouTube. So if you do wish to follow in the future, if you're listening on Apple Music or Spotify, we do this at 8 o'clock on Sunday. We like to watch the 8 o'clock football game while we do this. You can check us out on YouTube. You can chat with us if you'd like. You can say all the nasty things, say all the good things at the same time through the regular social medias. You can probably find us somewhere on TikTok or whatever. But like and
if Matt's doing his job.
sure,
yeah.
you can like and follow and subscribe. But honestly, tune in, listen to what we got to say. We're here having fun. Like I said, we're the barroom style commentary. Have a drink with us, have a cigar with us. Tune in this week, and let us know what we can add to the show. If we think there's something worthwhile, we probably won't listen, but talk about it at the very least.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. Yeah, sure.
Especially
So,
talk shit about like the Bills or something. I'll listen.
Yeah. So with that, Eric, any comments about this past week?
Yes, Syracuse beat Georgetown in basketball,
They sure did.
and
They sure did.
that's what I want to say for my closing statement.
It was.
Pretty jazzed up
I
here?
was pretty jazzed about that win. There was some couple players through Syracuse that I would like to see better, but seeing Syracuse play good guard basketball is weird for me, and I'm really enjoying it.
Different team. Yeah.
It's a very different team. So as we're in transition, I'm enjoying it.
Both of my Texas universities have bowl games. The UTSA Roadrunners.
The Roadrunners,
and the
sure.
Texas State.
Texas
both
State
of them,
is weird.
Both of them.
Texas State is weird.
Both newly D1 teams, like
Yeah.
in the last 4 or 5 years.
The Roadrunners have been playing some good football, though.
They have been.
Yeah.
Gonna go 0-2.
And they're finally playing some big boys, Oh, it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I mean, I know there's like 30 bowl games now, but it's
Yeah.
nice to see my schools in the bowls.
Yep. I will say in total, this was an odd week of football. Hate seeing the injuries with quarterbacks, which just seems to be a awful trend. That's for sure.
They had, what, eight backup QBs starting this week?
Uh-huh.
That's
Yep.
a lot.
Yep.
That's a lot.
That being
Yeah.
said, there is some good. I like seeing these backups step up and at least give us a couple good weeks.
I'm not going to lie. I like Joe Flacco getting a fucking win.
Joe Flacco came in and said, "Hey, I can lead this team.
He's like, hey, I can still fucking play.
I can lead this team. He's got studs on that team, and your $70 million quarterback was playing as good as a 38-year-old stepping in last minute
Yeah,
quarterback.
yeah.
Well, that says a lot about the Browns. That's for sure. So, with that, have a good week, everyone. Look us up on the socials. If we're active, great. If we're not, we half-ass everything.
Everything.
And Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube if you want to watch us live next week. We'll be here. Till next time.
Go Bills.
Scotty Stats, Brian the Professor, the Great Skunk Hunter, and the Up Greg who's barely awake. Good night.